Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desert. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing fine. Today, I'm not feeling really well, gentlemen, and that is because I just threw in my mouth a little after watching the TikTok that I have here right in front of us. So, hey, just bring a bucket, alright? Just for safety. But now, let's get started.
Put a finger down if you've been talking to a guy for a couple days and you've been on a couple dates with him and this is your third date with him and you decide to have a night in together. So you're having pizza, watching movies, drinking wine, snuggling, laughing, expressing your feelings towards each other. You then go to bed. And while you're laying in bed with him...
Oh, she forgot to mention the part where she was on all fours getting blasted from behind, but yeah, that did happen.
You're laying on his chest and he's texting another girl, and this girl has heart emojis next to her name, and he's texting her right in front of you. So you, of course, ask, hey, who's that? He tells you that it is his friend's girlfriend. Confused why her name would have hearts next to it if it's a friend's girlfriend, but okay, I don't know your friendships, whatever. She's asking him to come pick her up. She is drunk at a bar, she can't drive, she's throwing up, and she's constantly FaceTiming him, constantly asking him to come pick her up. I ask him, why can't the boyfriend just go pick her up? Why is she contacting you? He tells you that her boyfriend is in Orlando. Okay. So he keeps telling you that he's not going to take her, and then you start to fall asleep, and he decides that he is going to take her. So he starts getting ready. You can tell because you're in and out of sleep, but you hear water running, you hear clothes rustling. I just remember thinking, I'm like, what is taking this guy so long to just go get these girls? Just throw on a hoodie and go, right? Finally, he leaves. It was around 12:30, 12:45-ish. I fall asleep. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and there is nobody next to me. He never came home. So, of course, I'm freaking out. I'm scared. I'm thinking, like, oh my God, something bad's happened to him. You're looking up car crashes in the
No, let me tell you, something very good is happening to him right now.
area. You're just standing in this random bedroom that you've never been in before alone, and you're like, what is going on? And then you remember, oh, he's with another bitch. So, of course, you grab all your stuff because what the hell? You grab all your stuff, you drive 30 minutes back home at 4 o'clock in the morning. And, of course, you text him and call him, and you're like, hey, where are you? And no answer, of course. And then at 6:30 in the morning, he decides to text you. What happened was he picked them up, brought them inside, had a beer, which if the girls were completely belligerent, why would you want to have a beer there if they're throwing up? Because that's what he was saying. They were throwing up everywhere, and he had to pick the one girl up and take her inside. And I'm like, so why would you have a beer there anyway? After the beer, it was around 3-ish, and he went to go just shut his eyes in a gas station parking lot for about 15 minutes, and turned into 4 hours of a nap. He likes to call it a nap. Now, would that make sense? I mean, still no. But to make matters even worse, he works night shift. He's used to being up at night. And he lives 25 minutes away from downtown.
No, sister, I know. You don't need to explain this to me. I know that he just wasn't interested in you and went either to bang some other chick, or he was just trying to get you out of his freaking house after he got what he wanted. You're just not intelligent enough to pick up on that, alright? The reason why he was with his phone talking to another woman in front of your very face was because he wanted you out of there. And then the reason why he took so long preparing himself to go out was, hoping that you will get the hint and get the hell out of there. But you didn't. And maybe he did went on to bang some other chick. I don't know. Probably went on to drink something while you get the hell out of his house. But this is the lengths that women will go to while trying to keep that Chad. They just, please, Chad, you're the best thing that has happened to me. I have no father figure or self-respect, so I need you to validate me. I'll do about anything. I'll share you with 15 other women. Just please show me some more validation.
Why do you need to take a nap in between that? Anyways, so of course, you don't believe any of that. So he left you in his bed alone to go sleep with another girl, even though he was already taken care of. But he needed more, I guess. Man needs more. I wasn't enough. That's fine. That's fine.
You're
So
not
you call him
enough.
out of his bullshit. You're like, I don't believe you at all. I'm never talking to you again. You're disgusting and literally fuck off. And so you're like, you know what? I'm gonna try to find this girl. So this guy has 2 Instagrams because he's girly pop.
Yeah, I don't care about you at all, but I'm gonna find who this woman is. Why? Because she cares, of course. She really cares. She's been butthurt. She's jealous. She realizes that she's a plan B and now she's all in her feelings.
And has a Finsta and a real Instagram. And he doesn't use his real Instagram. So he says, and his Finsta is what he follows you on. So you go look him up. He's blocked you already. Because, of course, I did something wrong here. He's blocked you already on his Finsta. And then you go to see his regular Instagram to see if you can find the girl. He deleted his entire Instagram. The entire real Instagram is gone. Does that scream guilty or what?
He really doesn't care. Don't you get it? He just wanted to pump and dump you and he did. These women are so stupid. But anyways, gentlemen, that's the level of attention that you will get when women like you. They'll sleep with you on the 3rd date, 2nd date, or even 1st date. They'll go to your house. They'll even stay there when you're clearly not interested. They'll do all these things. Then they will be all mad and in their feelings if you leave them. This is the sort of attention that you need from women. But let's check some of the comments, gentlemen, because they are really telling. First one says, this is a woman. Heard the story and yeah, you are the problem. Can't believe you stayed at some random's house alone. I'm pretty sure when he said he was leaving, that was your hint he wanted you out. This is why I never believe, trust, or care about women that are on the TikTok saying, oh, safety comes first. If you don't want to meet at a public space, don't even hit me up and show me your criminal record and your identification card and go to freaking hell. When they like someone, guys, they don't have a problem with going to his apartment, to some stranger's apartment at 4 a.m. in the morning. Alright, when some woman tells you, oh, safety, safety, it's not safety. They simply don't like you enough. And they're trying to put 76 boundaries and walls in between you. If you are Char, all the standards go out the door, out the window. They don't care. I never trust them. Don't care about your, supposed safety. Get out of here. But let's read one more. David asks, why would you give him your gold bars on the 3rd date? To which this moron, the creator, replies, hey David, I know this seems crazy, but women have S3 actual desires as well. Well, isn't that convenient, you dirty, stinky bitch? Well, just, knock yourself out. Someone knocks you out and then grapes you. And when you ask him, hey, why did you do that? You just say, well, men have S3 actual needs as well. Because apparently that phrase just works with everything. Why are you a dirty, pathetic hoe? Oh, well, because I have S3 actual desires. Why are you going to a stranger's apartment? Well, because I have S3 actual desires. Why do you let him hit you raw on the 3rd date? Well, because I have S3 actual desires. So convenient, guys. It's the get out of jail free card of everything. Why are you a pathetic loser close to your 30s and your life resembles that of the street worker down the road? Because she has S3 actual desires, apparently. Another one says, you entertain this too long. Another one thinks that this man has a girlfriend. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He's just knocking women left, right, and center. But anyway, gentlemen, what a pathetic loser of a woman. No sympathy, of course. First off, you got yourself in that situation. Second off, why would I feel any sort of sympathy for women that dismiss like hundreds of men? This woman, right where she is, even though she's quite unattractive to look at, she dismisses like 100 guys a week, to plan Bs, to be with that one Chad. So why would I feel bad when that one Chad treats her like she's treating 100 other guys? But anyway, let's move on to this blonde bimbo, and let's see about her before we move on to our article story.
These are my hard and fast rules for a romantic partner as a 32-year-old woman. Number 1, don't yuck my yum, babe. I really like me, and I like the things that I like, and if you don't like the things that I like and they irritate you, that sounds like a personal problem. Why don't you keep it to yourself? Number 2, you're either all in or you're all out, okay? I'm not dragging on a weird situationship for 6 months because you've just got like a lot on your plate right now. Okay, you mean your job and you're still mourning the loss of your gerbil from the 6th grade? Okay, I'm gonna need you to try a little harder. And number 3, in the interest of trying harder, why don't we go do something? I don't even want to think about the days of my life I lost in my 20s to a guy who just wanted to like hang around the house and like watch a movie. That's fine every once in a while, but I'm gonna need you to plan something. My wardrobe deserves to be shown out in the world. It's just a poor financial investment if I don't. I also refuse to pretend I'm full off of breadcrumbs. Oh, a tiny morsel of affection? You text me once a week and tell me I'm pretty? You're not on the roster, babe. You're a reply guy. I'm gonna need you to try harder.
No. I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up, and I'm not gonna try harder. Nobody's gonna try harder for a old hag like you. Alright, so miss me with that. Oh, I'm not gonna entertain you like I have been doing for the last decade, being always chasing the guys who clearly only wanted to use my body. Now my wardrobe needs to see the world. So come on, guys, just work a bit harder, show me your A game, provide me with endless amounts of attention and validation, and be loyal to me, and open that wallet. I really need you to, right? And yeah, dismiss the fact that the 36 people I've been with in the last decade didn't have to do any of that, and I was chasing all the bad boys and getting used by them. Yeah, just go to hell. Man, these women, the audacity that they have to be dirty 304s and then come to men when they are 30, already used up, damaged goods, a lot of mileage run through. They come with their five trains of baggage and expect you to do the work. I'm gonna need you to do a bit more. My hell. But it's alright, guys. I'm all chill about it. Let's move to our article story. Why does it seem like it's always inappropriate to ask women out? It seems like no matter the situation, it's going to be creepy. You can't ask out co-workers or girls at the gym or girls in your apartment complex or girls you see who are working or any girl in public for that matter. If you're religious, it's inappropriate to ask women out at church. So when and where can you actually do it without being creepy? A bar? A club? I don't go to those places, and online is a dumpster fire. I was at Walmart the other day looking for motor oil for my Jeep, and there was a woman, fairly attractive woman, there also looking for oil. I wasn't even trying anything. My exact words were, "Do they even make conventional motor oil anymore?" And she looked at me like, "Oh my gosh, please leave me alone." I had no other intentions other than finding the oil I needed and thought maybe she might have some insights. But I could just feel her cringing inside, and she just gave me a half chuckle and grabbed her oil and left. I understand there are a lot of creepy men and that women are constantly hit on everywhere they go. But if I never say anything, then how the hell am I supposed to meet people? How do people get into relationships if it's always considered inappropriate to even try? Well, gentlemen, the obvious response is, sorry, you just don't happen to be in the top 10% of men. And I don't think this guy is unattractive by any means. I don't imagine him being massively obese and really unpleasant to look at. No, he's probably quite good looking. He probably works out. He probably has money. He probably has good values and loves animals. And, and he's probably fit to be a Prince Charming in a Disney story. But again, sorry, you just don't happen to be the tippity top on the market, right? So maybe you don't have a good jawline. Women are not impressed. Maybe you're not 6'7". Not impressive, And that's that. That's the whole reason. Dating is screwed. People don't get into relationships anymore, or at least ones that last. The good women are taken immediately because there's millions of men looking out for them. Sorry, you will just die alone, as most of us will, right? Sorry, you were just born in the wrong generation. But anyway, let's read a few comments. Shut them up first, says this guy. Test the waters. If someone randomly asks me out, I'm going to assume they're either recording me or trying to steal my organs. Do note that the responses vary depending on your attractiveness. Oh, really? Now, of course, we consider this is a woman because she's talking about someone asking her out, and we men know that nobody asks us out, right? So she gives the advice: shut them up first. It's what this guy does. You realize that he's not just pulling out to women and asking them out immediately. In fact, he just covered a story in which he was just, quote unquote, testing the waters, and it didn't work. Just never listen to women giving advice. They are terrible at it, and they don't understand the first thing about dating. Another one says, I find that a lot of people with this perspective don't understand that flirting is progressive development, and there's often some kind of back and forth. No, it's not progressive at all. Women determine if they like you or not in the first few seconds or minutes of knowing you, right? And if you happen to be Chad, then there is some game. If you don't, there is no game. It's not progressive in any way, shape, or form. You're just standing in front of a wall, a massive wall, the Chinese freaking wall, and there's no getting over it. There will be non-verbal signs, this person continues. They will glance or look at you frequently. They may mirror you or give you positive signs like smiling or nodding. The trick is to talk to them as people. Women are not people. Don't change my mind on that. Sorry, ladies, there's like 5% of ladies watching. Sorry for me being so cynical. This is boys' locker room talk. But I respect you, alright, ladies? Even though you are not people. I'm kidding. Take an approach that's personable and polite. And just as with men, you'll find that not everyone is keen to talk to a stranger. Again, guys, dating is not progressive. There was a time, I've heard people say, in which you could flirt with women. And even though you may not be the most attractive guy they've ever seen, you could impress them with being funny, with being, humoristic, with being charismatic. There was that time. It's true, guys. I've been through it. I'm 4,000 years old. This was like hundreds of years ago. You could impress women with your personality. In fact, women did look more for personality than looks. You could be a very attractive man, but if you don't have game, you will lose them. And you could be a guy that is not so attractive, but you have a great personality. You make them laugh. You sort of, get beneath their skin. You know what I'm talking about? But these days are long gone. They are long gone. You won't impress women with your personality, the average woman. You won't impress her with how funny you are or not, all right? It's a lost game. It's all about looks. And you can't change my mind on that because I see it. And that's how Tinder works, right? Nobody reads bios. Nobody gives a shit about bios. They're just looking at you. This one doesn't have a good jawline. Oh, this one said on his profile that he's 6 feet. Nah, not enough. And he's probably 5'11" anyway, so... dismissed. That's it. Let's read one more. This one says, my bro said it best. Stop worrying so much about coming off as creepy. Not every girl thinks that way. And if she sees you as a creep just for simply having the nerve to try and strike up a conversation with them, is that the type of girl you want to be dealing with to begin with? I mean, that's a good question. If you boil it down, you really don't want to be dealing with any of the women you're asking out. You know your intentions. If they want to assume, let them. Don't even sweat it. Just respectfully apologize and find someone else. Don't even apologize. These 304s don't deserve a minute of your time. But anyway, gentlemen, we'll end it right here. Now, of course, not every woman will dismiss you in a bad way because they may be 304s, but they like the attention anyway. So, but why are you asking them out anyway? Probably, guys, I see a lot of men being... defeated because, oh no, I asked this woman out and she didn't want to show interest. Guys, if she showed interest, you just dodged the bullet and you don't know it. If she showed interest, she'll probably break your heart in like a couple of months or a year. You know what I'm talking about? If you actually get to know these women, you will find them so boring and unappealing. You'll probably learn about their close to triple-digit body count. You'll learn how it has taken you 3 months to become close to this woman or intimate. Meanwhile, she'll tell you that one story about how Chad spread her legs on the 3rd date like the first woman. All right, it's just, you're not losing out on anything. You know what I mean? And if you manage to get into a relationship with them, you'll probably become vulnerable and they'll cheat after that, right? So, hey, those are things to consider. But gentlemen, let me know what you think about the hell that is dating, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.